I haven't been completely honest with you guys. In fact, I'm not even pregnant. But now that I have your attention, I want to tell you guys the truth about everything and why things really won't be the same. I am finally ready for this video. I've been wanting to make this video for a long time, so here I am. I'm finally doing it. Look, you guys have been such a huge part of my life, and I am so grateful for each and every one of you. I have been so blessed to have such a positive and uplifting community. And for those of you guys who have sent me messages and sweet comments, thank you. They mean so much to me, and I really appreciate it. Okay. I started YouTube back in 2016 and probably posted over 1,000 videos. And I did all of this without really taking a true break. So to say that I was burnt out would be an understatement. And I know a lot of creators go through burnout. I'm not the first, and I definitely won't be the last. But at the same time, my journey is unique, and I feel like I owe it to you guys to explain everything that's been going on in my life. I don't think I fully realized what I was giving up when I packed up my life in California to move to North Carolina. At the time, there were so many moving parts and life was so crazy. And I was so committed to Carter that I didn't think twice about what I was leaving behind. The friends who made my day-to-day life so fulfilling, the people I laughed with, worked with, grew with, a lot of them didn't want to move to North Carolina. And without even realizing it, I left them behind. And suddenly I found myself in a place where I knew no one outside of Team Roar. I had no family and no close friends nearby who truly had my best interests at heart. My whole world revolved around content and that group. And then when Carter and I broke up, I really struggled because I had nothing and I really had no one to turn to. I had no support system and no community. And over time, I was alienated from the group that had once been my life. Honestly, so many things happened all at once. Losing my friends from the move, to losing a close family member, and experiencing my first breakup ever. All while adjusting to a new city, moving into my new home, and at the same time running my YouTube channels. It really felt like my world had been shaken up. And after all of that happened, I found myself just trying to figure out who I was. I was just trying new things, pushing myself in ways I had never done before, and stepping so far outside my comfort zone that sometimes I didn't even recognize myself. So for the past 2 years, I have really been on a healing journey. Not only that, I've also been trying to discover who I am. I guess you can call this more of an identity crisis paired with healing. I was really trying to figure out who I was outside of YouTube, outside of my relationship with Carter, outside of just content in general. I think everyone has probably experienced some kind of heartbreak at this point. I just experienced mine in my late 20s. You can never anticipate what a breakup is gonna feel like. And while it was an extremely difficult time in my life, something I didn't expect was this overwhelming sense of freedom. It was like for the first time in my life, I could finally breathe. I didn't have to answer to anyone, I didn't have to compromise, I didn't have to shrink myself or schedule my day around someone. And after getting some space from it all and spending a lot of time alone and doing so many things alone, I was able to gain some clarity and see how unhealthy and damaging that relationship was for me. A lot of things that weren't normal started becoming normalized, and mind you, I was with this person for 10 years. But with that freedom came this feeling that I could do anything. I just got so carried away by all of the different possibilities of what I could do with my life that I ended up feeling so paralyzed. After spending so much of my life in a relationship that shaped who I was and a career that had dominated my entire life, I had no idea who I was outside of it. I was experiencing a full-blown identity crisis, and some may call it crashing out. And while YouTube used to be a creative outlet for me in the past, it really started to feel like a burden, and I would just get so anxious trying to film something, and I didn't even know how to act on camera because I couldn't figure out who I was anymore. But more than anything in the world, I really wanted to break free from my old self because I had grown so much in real life that every time I would turn on the camera, I felt like I was kind of going back to this version of me that just wasn't me anymore. I've honestly kind of been feeling this way for a while now, so I think it really just caught up to me, and after a while I just couldn't keep up the act. I kept questioning myself, wondering if I was making the right choices, trying to figure out where it all went wrong, or if maybe this is just all part of the process of figuring out who I am. Anyways, I went through a period of extreme burnout, isolation, and therefore a lot of self-reflection. And while it was one of the darkest, scariest, hardest, and most isolating times of my life, it also proved to be the most transformative. Being in this mental state of feeling stuck and paralyzed, I started to adopt this victim mentality where I was just so focused on all of the things that were going wrong in my life that I completely overlooked everything that had gone right. And then at some point I realized that no one's gonna save me. The only person who could pull me out of this was myself. So, instead of fixating on what I had lost, I started shifting my focus to all of the things that I had gained. I also was giving myself more credit. I wasn't beating myself up for the things I wasn't doing or was doing wrong. And I was able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I started being so grateful for all of the people I met during this time and everyone who came into my life. You know what they say, people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Everyone you meet is part of your journey, but not all of them are meant to stay in your life. Some are blessings and some are lessons. So deep. This was one of the first times in a long time I truly felt like I was on my own, which was really daunting for a while, and I had also lost all sense of motivation and inspiration, and I really just lost my spark. But something that helped me heal was stepping away. I am so blessed to be able to travel and have the flexibility that I do in my life. And so I decided to travel to places that I've always wanted to go, but just never could find the time to go. I immersed myself in different cultures. I spent quality time with my family, my friends, and all of this just nourished my soul. I felt like for one of the first times in a long time, I was able to truly connect with others, and through that, I was able to rebuild my confidence, rediscover who I am, while growing and setting goals for who I want to become. And most importantly, taking the time to heal and to rest and to just live life without having to film everything. For a while, I didn't know what I wanted to do, and honestly, I'm still figuring it out, but now I am excited to create again. And I've really missed the connection I've had with you guys. I miss being silly, I miss being creative, and I've just been having like all these ideas that are so exciting. So I want to share with you guys everything I've learned from this dark period of my life. For anyone feeling lost, you are not alone. I know that sounds so cliche, but everyone experiences these moments of uncertainty, and it's really okay not to have the answers. In fact, I don't think anyone actually knows. It's everyone's first time living life. So sometimes it can be a little overwhelming to tackle like big things like, what do I want to do with my life? Because that's like a lot to think about. So start small. You don't need to figure out everything at once. I would literally stay up all night trying to reinvent myself, but once I started to learn to take things one step at a time, I was finally able to take that pressure off myself and start enjoying the little things again. Something I really had to internalize was that it's okay to try new things and make mistakes. That is really the only way you could ever truly learn and get to know yourself better. Self-discovery is an ongoing process and not a one-time decision. For anyone going through an identity crisis, it is okay to change. To grow is to evolve. Who you were in the past does not have to dictate who you are now. So go out there, try new things, step outside your comfort zone, and allow yourself to learn what feels true to you through these new experiences. For anyone stuck in a rut, because I was stuck in one for a really long time. Social media can be draining and can be a huge part of that. So if you're feeling uninspired or unhappy or just stuck, step away from your phone, step away from scrolling, and reconnect with the world and real life. Because it can get so confusing, like what's real and what's not. And some of the things that really helped me get through these tough times was phoning a friend, spending time with my loved ones, petting my dogs. They're so cute. Millie, say hi. I feel like it's been forever. Going for a walk, getting fresh air, you know, just like touch grass, you know. And personally, I have been really into hot yoga, so 10 out of 10 would recommend. There's one spot I love going to. So after having said all that, I'm really not sure what the future holds for me, but I'm excited to bring you guys along while I figure it out. This is like a new chapter of my life that I'm ready to start. And thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you guys so much for watching. Keep an eye out for new content and comment down below what you guys want to see. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!